Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso have sent his condolences to the people of Iran and the government of Iran. Now, hello, I am Mahlet Ayele, your host at Connect Africa, bringing you the latest from the continent and particularly from the Sahel region. So, during Ibrahim Traore's time in the past 20 months, we can say Burkina Faso and Iran have tightened their relationship, especially given that the Sahel Alliance, with all the sanctions that has been imposed by the West against the Sahel Alliance, these countries, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, have been forced to look for an alternative partners, and therefore they have tightened in this past months and maybe 1 year, and so they have strengthened their ties with the global south, global south, like Russia, China, with Iran, the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia. So these were the countries that has been, available for them. So when it comes to Burkina Faso and Iran, the talk was actually between for military cooperation. They have also opened their embassies. There are embassies in Ouagadougou. There's Iran embassy, and then also in Tehran. It's really deep, even if the time seems short, but because of all the sanctions, these countries have been pushed to the corner, for them totally to go to the other side. Now, both officials from Burkina Faso have paid a visit to Iran in Tehran, and then also the Tehran officials have came to Ouagadougou. The deputy foreign minister has visited. I think in January 2023 was it? He visited in Ouagadougou. He has met with a number of officials in Ouagadougou, and then afterwards, the people of the government officials from Burkina Faso have paid a visit to Tehran. So they have been. Iran is looking for, of course, a market to sell its drones to African countries and others. And there are other things, but mainly they are more interested in military cooperation. But let's go back to the breaking news. So, what did Ibrahim Traore said in his message of condolence to the people of Iran and the government of Iran? That's one thing. Just a second, I'm gonna share it with you. So it's in French, as you can see, but I'm gonna read it for you, the translation. So it reads like this. It's with sadness that I learned of the disappearance of the president of the Islamic Republic of Iran, Ibrahim Raisi. It was written before, their bodies, dead bodies were found. It's with great sadness that I learned of the disappearance of the president of the Islamic Republic of Iran, Ibrahim Raisi, this Sunday, 19th May 2024. In these painful circumstances, I express on behalf of the Burkinabe people and my own and my sincere condolences and all my solidarity to the friendly and brotherly people of Iran. That's how it reads the message from Ibrahim Traore to the people of Iran and to the government of Iran. Definitely, there will be also one from Mali, from Niger. I think there is no African country that has not necessarily in diplomacy, but in terms of, establishing that contact. And so this was interesting, really. But let us know in the comment section, what do you think of this, the relation between the two countries. And in general, Iran's interest in Africa, what it is, and should Africans, of course, they have to express their condolences. That's very, basic humanity, I think. But with regards to African countries' relation with Iran and Iran's interest in Africa, you go ahead and let us know in the comment section. Hello, Kainoa Bugado, hello. And Osie, hello, how are you? Iran is a quite but reliable friend of Africa. Iran has helped East African nations, Sahelian states, and supported the liberation struggle of South Africa. I really agree with you with that, the first phrase, quite. Reliable, I don't know who is reliable for Africa. Everybody wants their interest, right? Their the natural resources. It's either to sell us weapon or to take, to buy our natural resources, or sometimes even to loot our natural resources and sell us the final product. But definitely. I think, for example, with Israel and Iran, like Israel versus Iran or Iran versus Israel, Africans really take the matter in the things that we are not even supposed to be concerned. Sometimes we go deep in, and I see on social media, some take it to the religious side of it, some take it to there, some take it to that. But for me, what can we learn from those countries? They are both quiet and both advanced, very, very advanced. Iran is a country that actually were able to, had the capacity to supply weapon to Russia, to a country like Russia. So it's quite, but just doing their job. Yes, we hear a lot of things in mainstream media. We don't have to take everything what we hear, but people know that Iran is known for its drone technology, and it has been selling that to African countries and others as well. And that's why they started with a military cooperation first with Burkina Faso. Iran has helped Nigeria too, okay? Iran sold gas turbines to Russia too. Yeah, Iran is, it has a big capacity and potential. Had it not been really suffered through this sanction by the Western countries, it could have reached far. Even now, the helicopter crash, some are blaming it on the because of the sanctions. These are old, they were manufactured in 2000, and Iran was facing some kind of spare parts problem. If I did not, here it is. Let me just share it with you. They are blaming it on the sanction. Because if there was a spare part that, there will not be an accident. First of all, let's hear if this is an accident or not. That's something that needs to be ruled out in the near future. If so, I don't think that, that reasoning lifts a weight, because there was an option for them. Look this thing. What is it? AP Live. Just a second. Look, let me just read this to you. Iran faces a shortage of parts to maintain aircraft. Iran's state media said the helicopter that crashed was a Bell 212 that Iran purchased in the early 2000s. Bell produced that model from 1968 until 1998. Now, Richard Abulafia, an aerospace analyst and consultant, said Iran likely is tapping the black market for parts amid sanctions on the country. But he said Iran had access to an alternative Russian helicopters. In quotation, this is what the expert said. They are blaming sanctions, and that's correct. But there are no sanctions whatsoever on Iran buying Russian helicopters. And Russian helicopters are pretty good. They didn't have to fly this guy around, meaning he means the president, in such an old machine, Abu Lafia said. Again, in quotation, they are blaming sanctions for their own incompetence. You could buy an Mi-17 anytime. It's what Vladimir Putin flies in. And Abulafia also questioned whether Iran has maintenance skill necessary for keeping older helicopters flying safely. There are a lot of parts available on the black market, especially for a 212. That's a very old machine, he said. Now, half a century old helicopters, if immaculately maintained, are okay. But black market parts and whatever local maintenance capabilities they have got, that's not a good combination. This is what some experts say. For those, this is a reply for those who are blaming the sanction. But I'm sure we will be told in the near future, in the next few days, something different with regards to the days of the president of Iran and the foreign minister of Iran. Yeah, it's a propagandist article, but I hear you, Kaino Bugar, but it has some points, really. If we cannot put it on sanction, it makes sense, right? Because they had an option to buy alternative from Russia. The days is very suspicious. Why only the president's helicopter crashed? It was close to the Azerbaijan border. Israel has many secret services in that country to spy on and attack Iran. Now, there were two other helicopters, they say, that were accompanying this, but it was only this one that has a hard landing or an accident. So yeah, more to come definitely to this story. But yeah, in the meantime, let's go back to the breaking news that I brought with regards to Burkina Faso's relation with Iran. That was Ibrahim Traore expressing his condolences. Let us know in the comment section, what do you think? Let's take it further. Iran's interest in Africa, and if African people are doing the right thing, with all those military relation with Iran, or whatever, from one to the other one. Okay, thank you again. That was it, and I will see you on the next one. Please go ahead, and subscribe to the channel, share the video with others. And if you want to support us further, you can find our PayPal account in the description section. So you can donate anything is useful for us. It helps us to be here more often. Ciao, ciao.